On April 3rd of this year, right here at the Coliseum, Kendall Graveman took the hill, making his first career opening day start. And Kendall did not disappoint, getting the win over the Angels. Today, Graveman gets the start on the last home game of the season. It's been an up and down year for Kendall as he has battled some injuries, but recently he has found his groove and would love to finish strong in front of the East Bay faithful. Final home game of the year. It's the A's and the Mariners, and it starts right now. The final home game of the season for the Athletics, and today they're trying to salvage the final game of this series. They'll send the right-hander Kendall Graveman to the mound. It's the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fossey, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Kendall Graveman making his 19th and final start of the year. He has not lost a game since August 19th, so nothing else, he's finishing strong.
Started the first game of the season right here, opening night. He's going to start the final game of the season right here. Must be something about Sweet Home Alabama. Every time he plays at home, that song is his walkout song, 5-0 here at the Coliseum. But the most important thing about him, he said, I'm healthy, and going into the offseason, Kuiper, he says, I know I'm healthy. That's an important thing for a pitcher, to know that he does not have to worry about working out in the offseason to get healthy. He's already there.
Well, one of the exciting things, seems like each and every year for the A's playing at home, is walk-offs. They always seem to make things interesting in their final at-bat, and this year was no different.
A lot of excitement, a lot of walk-off home runs, a lot of walk-off wins in generals. And just how about this? This with Francisco Rodriguez. This was back-to-back blown saves. That was a Sunday afternoon with Ryan Healy. He walked him off, and that's the most exciting thing, to see these guys come to home plate, get doused with everything. And how about Jed Lowry, another walk-off. This young man's had a tremendous season this year, a doubles machine, but that particular one was a walk-off home run, and who could forget this guy? 42nd home run last night, almost the same identical spot on the field, and it was Chris Davis in that walk-off against the Cleveland Indians. A lot of excitement. It's always fun to see the walk-offs because you know your ball club is playing all the way to the end. The A's have done that all season.
All right, so today the A's will try to pick up their 46th home win of the year in the final home game of this season. It's the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners coming up here in NBC Sports California. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back on a beautiful day for baseball at the Coliseum.
on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only.
So here come the Athletics' final home game of this 2017 season, and it is a beautiful day at the ballpark. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. Another warm day. It's 84 degrees, so lots of sunshine for the home finale. Blue skies all around us. Everybody's going to sit back and enjoy today's ball game. Starting lineup for the visiting Seattle Mariners is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It's Gamble, Haniger, Cano, Cruz. Keep an eye on the Cruz-Graveman matchup. And then it's Seager, Vogelbach, Motter, Marhama, and Hanneman.
What?
That's your Mariners
That's
lineup.
a lineup, boy. Kendall Graveman gets to face all those guys you just mentioned, and I think it's appropriate opener for him here at the Coliseum. He's probably got a few openers in store as long as he's with the Athletics here at the Coliseum, and he gets to start the final game at home of the 2017 season. He's healthy, and just hope he has a good game today.
First pitch strike to Ben Gamble.
First pitch, 12:37.
Gamble, Haniger, and Cano for the Mariners. Just underway from the Coliseum. Second pitch is bounced towards second. That's Franklin Barreto. Scoops it up. Let's take a look at the A's defense. Davis, Canna, and Joyce in the outfield. Chapman, Simeon, Barreto, Healy on the infield with Bruce Maxwell doing the catching. So Franklin Barreto gets a start today at second. Jed Lowry is in the lineup as the designated hitter. So here's Mitch Haniger. Graveman with a first pitch strike. Haniger at 274. Excuse me, Ray.
Now, I was going to say, you're going to like Kendall Graveman, and we all like the fact that he's on the mound ready to go, gets the sign, gets the hitter in the box, and he does not waste any time. It has nothing to do with the fact that it is last home game of the season. That's the way he likes to pitch.
Tom Woodring is calling balls and strikes. Angel Hernandez, Lance Barksdale, and that's the crew chief, Ted Barrett.
Don't mess with Ted.
No.
What do you say? Sun's out, guns?
Sun's out, guns out.
So much for Zagaris. We got Ted Barrett.
Well, some people should show him off. Other people should not. Keep that in mind. Look at him. Come on. You going to mess with that guy?
No way. And he's a nice man, too. Usually big bruisers are nice guys, and Ted Barrett in that category.
2-2 pitch is popped up. Going to reach the seats.
But you could not find a more beautiful day for the final home game of the season. Not a cloud in the sky. A little warm, too.
Missed outside, 3-2. Oh, that youngster's got the right idea.
A lot of that today.
Count remains full to Haniger. You need the shade, man.
Yeah, those good seats down below are fine, but they are in the bowl with a lot of sun.
Swing and a miss. Haniger swung at, would have been ball 4. So 2 away. True story brought to you by McDonald's. Hey, congratulations to Jed Lowry and Liam Hendricks. Jed received the Catfish Hunter Award, which is voted on by the A's players, coaches, and staff, whose play and conduct best exemplifies the late Hall of Famer. And Liam received the Dave Stewart Award, given to an A's player in recognition of charitable contributions through Northern California and the nation. So, a couple of prestigious A's awards handed out.
Very deserving.
Jim Catfish Hunter Award goes to Jed Lowry, and the Dave Stewart Award goes to Liam Hendriks. So congratulations to those two gentlemen.
That's Dave Stewart, started in '96, and of course what he did in the '89 earthquake, unfortunately, happened during the World Series. Dave Stewart, being from Oakland, did a lot, especially with all the devastation. Not to mention, pretty good pitcher. Winner of at least 20 games, 4 consecutive years. So congratulations to Jed Lowry and Liam Hendriks. Jed, last night, the recipient of the Catfish Hunter Award. Today, Liam Hendriks for Dave Stewart.
More action for Barreto. On to first, so Kendall Graveman has a 3-up, 3-down first inning. Bottom of the first coming up. A's will face Erasmo Ramirez. Check out the starting lineup for the Oakland Athletics. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Simeon, Joyce, Lowry, Davis, Healy, Chapman, Maxwell, Canna, and Barreto.
And the A's will see the right-hander, the well-traveled right-hander, Erasmo Ramirez, and making his 11th start of the season for the Mariners. But he has been around. He's been a starter. He's been a reliever. And you can see him making his 19th start overall. Tampa Bay and Seattle, so A's are somewhat familiar with him.
Gamble, Hanneman, Haniger in the outfield. Seager, Motter, Cano, Vogelbach in the infield, with Hama doing the catching. So Erasmo Ramirez kicks and fires. First pitch to Simeon is low. Marcus Simeon has had a pretty darn good series. He's homered in each game. That's pretty good.
This has got the A's off on the board early against James Paxton. The breaking ball down. He went down to get it and hit it over the left center field wall. His first ever walk-off, so he's only 80 behind Ricky. That's all right. Lead off. I said walk-off and got walk-off on my mind. Lead off on that.
So 2-1 to Marcus Simeon. And now 2-2. Simeon 0 for 10 in his career against Erasmo Ramirez. Try to change that today. A little bit outside. This Erasmo Ramirez would fall under the definition of a swingman.
That's right, and a good one.
Yeah. Poor Motter, the shortstop, who charges it and throws out Marcus Simeon. He's never beaten the A's, though. 0-7, 4.78 ERA. There's been times where he's pitched pretty well against the Athletics.
Get run support of 2 runs, you're not going to win a lot.
Nope.
Not in the American League.
Remember, he was originally a Seattle Mariner, and then he was traded to the Rays. And then July of this year, traded back to Seattle. Steve Cishek went from the Mariners to the Rays for Erasmo Ramirez. Popped up. The shift on. Tough play, and it's going to be Gamble who dropped it. The shift was on. Seager was in trouble right from the get-go. Gamble had a very, very long run, and he did get there. He just could not hold on to it.
They got to check on Gamble, but I mean, this is tough. There's a shift, and that's a result of the shift because Gamble playing deep and the ball not hit that hard. Fortunately, Joyce was running hard enough to get into second base, and a lot of times outfielders don't wear protection like catchers, and when that happens, that's why you're down a little bit longer than expected. Got up to get the ball, but Kyle Seager asked for timeout to let him catch his breath.
So it goes as a double for Matt Joyce.
Watching Matt, he was upset with himself with a swing on the first pitch and ends up at second with a gift double.
Here's Lowry, who takes a strike on the inside corner.
Lowry would take a gift double.
Sure, yes, he would indeed. Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. He will take a double of any kind. Lowry with 47 doubles, trying to set the A's single season record for doubles. We just don't want him to get to Sunday and have a double because who knows what's going to happen.
Right. Because on Sunday, if you see more than 3 pitches, you're going to get fined.
Yeah, that's true.
Game of the season.
So 2-1 to Lowry with Chris Davis in the on-deck circle. Lowry 4 for 13 in his career against Erasmo Ramirez. And there's a line drive, base hit right field. Joyce rounds third, and he's held up. Ball comes into the cutoff man, first baseman Vogelbach.
Now Steve Scarsone, kind of tough line drive. Matt Joyce got a pretty good read on it. Jed Lowry took the outside fastball and raked it into right field. So it'll be up to Chris Davis, who's driven in 107. If you're a third base coach, instead of running into an out, which this is only 1 out, so the base hit, no reason to take the chance. And as Steve Scarsone being stopped, or stopping Joyce as he rounded third base.
Pitchcast today is brought to you by Penn Fed Credit Union. So here's Chris Davis. First pitch to Davis is a little bit inside. 42 homers, 107 RBIs for Chris Davis. Second in the league in home runs, 4th in the league in RBIs. It's this one foul just past the A's dugout.
It's James Paxton last night. A's trailing by a run. Chris Davis matched his season total from last year at 42 with this bomb to right center field. Nice catch by the fan, reaching over right in front of the concrete, and
26 of his 42 home runs have been hit right here at the Coliseum. One pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
a lot of Reggie's 26 were hitting the ice plant that used to be in the outfield before Mount Davis was built.
Chris Davis behind in the count, 1-2. Ryan Healy is the on-deck hitter. close.
Emergency backhand. Excellent play. Sometimes you have to forget about blocking and just go to the backhand, and that's exactly what the young man did. And runner at third base, you got to do it.
Pitch is bounced foul. The A's have not had a huge amount of offense in this series. They've scored 4 runs total. Trying to do some damage early in game 3. Shallow right center. Haniger's got a good arm. Joyce is tagging. Now it's Hanneman who takes over. The throw to the plate is not in time. So Hanneman went quite a ways over, which surprised me a little bit. I've seen Haniger throw, but Hanneman, the center fielder, took it, but didn't matter. It was deep enough for Joyce to come in and score.
Well, one of the things we're going to show replay. Watch what happens when Hanneman does get over. If he'd gotten behind the ball successfully, it'd been a different story. But see how he had to reach for it? That took a couple of steps for him to gather himself and threw quickly. And that was able to slide around the tag way up in front. And that's the reason that he was safe, because he had to go up to the third base line to be able to get the ball and try to apply the tag. Unsuccessfully, good effort, but with one out, that's the difference with the fly ball. You got to try it, take a chance, he got it.
So Davis gets his 108th RBI. Lowry remains at first base. Slider from Ramirez. Healy at 271 with 25 home runs, 76 runs batted in. 27 doubles, 151 hits total. He has the second most hits on the team. Only Lowry has more. Getting settled in.
Hydrate.
See a couple hot dogs.
You got to hydrate.
I saw 4 hot dogs there. Hit well to center. And Hanneman back there, and he's got it. Side retired. So the A's get a run. Sacrifice fly by Chris Davis. Second inning coming up. A's 1, Mariners nothing. Coverage every single day with insider Scott Bair on NBCSportsCalifornia.com. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic Raiders fan is NBC Sports California. The Raiders will be on the road on Sunday in a big one at Denver. So both the Raiders and Denver with 2-1 records. That one pops off the glove of Chapman. So Nelson Cruz is going to be aboard, and I believe it's going to be a base hit, and it is.
Chapman knows he has a strong arm. He backs up on a ball that's hit very hard with a top spin and started in, came back, and that's when it had the top spin that got by him. But with his strong arm, he can afford to back up and try to get a good hop. But the thing about Nelson Cruz, as hard as he hits the ball, it does have top spin, a very difficult play to make.
So leadoff man aboard with a base hit. And here's Kyle Seager. Seager did not play last night. Gordon Beckham played third base, and as it turns out Beckham had a big game. Happens a lot in baseball. Seager, another solid season, 25 home runs, 84 runs batted in. Average maybe not quite where he'd like it at 250. He's got 33 doubles. He's got a triple. His numbers are similar just about every year.
Home runs especially.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Saw him at the beginning of the season like he was struggling, couldn't hit a home run. Now he's got 25, and that's pretty much his average throughout his career. Long-term contract, everyday third baseman, Gold Glover. Good power numbers, so everything the Mariners want out of a third baseman, he provides it.
Last year, 30 home runs and 99 RBIs. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So with the strikeout, let's check in with Angela.
So what do Matt Joyce, Chris Davis, and Boog Powell all have in common this offseason? Well, everyone's going to Hawaii. Boog told me that he's excited to spend some family time during this Thanksgiving with the parentals, and he's going to be doing some fishing and boogie boarding. Chris Davis is excited to get his snorkel game on, so maybe Crush Davis will meet Crush the Turtle, perhaps. Matt Joyce told me that he's terrified of sharks, but surfing has been on his bucket list. Glenn, I heard you are going to the islands as well. What are you going to do there?
Lay on the beach. I am.
Well, mucho aloha.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The worst places to go for a vacation. So they always say, well, you don't want to start planning your vacations too early, but listen, for these players, a long season, they're looking forward to it. Taking some time off, spending time with the family.
Usually guys don't get married or do anything in October because you never want to assume you're not going to play in October.
Yeah, November's a busy month in the baseball world.
That's right.
As far as off-season activity.
That's right. November, December, January, and that's it. Plan everything for 3 months.
1-1 the count to Daniel Vogelbach. Vogelbach drives one toward left center field. Canna and Davis, and it's going to be Chris Davis a step onto the warning track. Hits it back in quickly, and that's the second out.
Well, Vogelbach tried to muscle that ball to left center. Of course, Chris Davis looking up into the sun. Sunglasses not necessary, evidently.
Batting 7.
Good angle that he took.
Number 21, Taylor Motter.
Well, you are not going to find a cloud in the sky today, that's for sure.
No.
So 2 away, here's Taylor Motter. Taylor Motter hitting 200, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. Gene Segura, the regular shortstop for the Mariners, done for the year. Hit on the right hand, so he has not played in the series, and he will not play anymore. The Mariners will be off tomorrow, and then they will play in Anaheim against the Angels Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they will have an off day in Southern California tomorrow.
happiest place on earth.
Sure.
Why not?
If you go to the right spots.
Right. Well, that's why the A's are very accommodating. And of course, the A's have usually allowed the visiting team to play a day game on getaway, which is very special. Anytime you can do that.
Chapman has it across, and they got him on a very close play. So the Mariners will take a quick look at it, and it was a bang play. We'll take a look at it as well.
Well, quick release on a ball, and watch at first base Ryan Healy coming off the bag, and I think he got him is right. And the jump to the bag, you know, you just try to avoid that. And I'm going to say, let's play ball.
So it is an out, and the Mariners get a leadoff single, but nothing else. 1-0 A's. So 1-0 the A's lead. It is the bottom of the second inning on a very warm day here at the Coliseum. As Matt Chapman leads it off. The A's come in with a 72-85 record. So 4 more games to play after today. They are 45-35 at home. We'll see if they get their 46th home win. Little flare to center. Chapman will take it. It's a base hit.
It's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
It is.
Season ticket memberships for the 2018 season are on sale as part of the A's new innovative program focused on increased benefits, flexibility, and discounts. The program rewards tenure and includes exciting discounts on concessions, eliminates ticket exchange limitations, and provides exclusive new experiences and events for members. Renew or purchase new season ticket memberships now at athletics.com/2018.
So leadoff man aboard for the A's. Here's Bruce Maxwell. Zach Bash just brought us a piece of cake.
Somebody retiring? Bob Dutton, huh?
Bob Dutton, who has covered the Mariners for a long time. Sports writer, is retiring. So there's a retirement cake over there, and we got a slice. Two 2-0 the count to Maxwell. Maxwell bounces one. Vogelbach's got it. Flips to second for one. On to first. And that's a double play. Ramirez did a nice job getting over there and getting settled at first. So it goes as a 3-6-1 double play.
Well, it was a very good play. And the fact that Ramirez, and if you don't get a lot of run support, you're going to do everything you can defensively to make sure other runs are not scored against you. You're already trailing one, but Motter, a good throw because he had his pitcher at the bag like a first baseman. Did not have to throw to a moving target, and that's always better to throw to someone stationary.
So that's the 5th double play for the Mariners in this series. And here's Mark Canha. Keep an eye on this matchup. Canha only has had 5 at-bats against Ramirez. He's 3 for 5 with 2 home runs in his career. So maybe a small sample size, but a lot of success.
Maybe Mark Canha was taking a little bit extra time so Ramirez could catch his breath after sprinting over to first base. So maybe that's trying to help the pitcher out a little bit.
Could be the reason. That's a strike. 2-1, 88 miles an hour. Ramirez not a real hard thrower, but he seems to have decent control.
Well, he's got a little cutter that throws in addition to the slider that you had mentioned before, and that always helps. He threw it to Semien on 3-2 to get him to ground out to shortstop, leading off the game.
High pop-up. See Cano looking up into that sunshine, and Robinson Cano has it. So that's a 9-pitch inning for Erasmo Ramirez. Little help from the double play. 1-0 A's after 2. One customers say, show me the Oakland A's into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Looks like fun. That kind of day.
If you're on Interstate 80 today, that would be the best way to get out of there.
Good call. Very good call by you. Where was the problem exactly? I know.
Powell and 80. Powell and 80 at Berkeley area.
Okay.
Both sides, both east and west, closed.
That can get a little hairy up there anyways.
And that was this morning rush hour too, so it wasn't that great. That's why I took my chances and did the side roads coming in.
More action for Barreto as Muhammad, the catcher, is retired.
Yeah, Kendall Graveman can be and is at his best when he gets the ground ball outs, and infielders usually are alert, and he is the leader of this staff.
In the 9th position.
His father Gary is watching today. You know, his father and his mother Sharon, went to Philadelphia to watch him pitch. That was the game that was rained out, 146 minutes, so he pitched 2 innings. And so I said, "Does your dad watch?" He said, "He'll be watching." So hello to his dad, who was part of the NBC Sports Bay Area Coaches Corps Game Changer Award this offseason.
That's right.
And Kendall presented to his father, Gary, and very outstanding speech by both Kendall and his father. And Kendall talked glowingly about his father, of course, his brother Kyle, and how instrumental the father was in raising the boys the right way. Kendall did a great job, and you know, the best part of the speech was when he asked for Warriors tickets, because he said his dad had never seen a Warriors game.
Did he get some?
Draymond Green was there, so he got. I think
That's
he got.
good.
He got him.
Not an easy ticket to get.
Yeah, he came in for Fan Fest, and it was a great presentation. And Kendall did a great job.
Bruce Maxwell, I think there's something wrong with his glove, I believe, his catcher's mitt.
The webbing broke. Get another catcher's mitt. That's why you have two. Actually, have three. One that you're breaking in, one that's close, and then your gamer. So the gamer is being probably repaired. Walt Horn was one of the better mitt repair.
The great Walt Horn.
Great Walt Horn.
We miss Walt.
Yeah.
One of the nicer gentlemen in baseball.
So Nick Paparesta, he's got to take over.
Nick will take care of him. Nick tightened up my son's glove in spring training, and it was awesome. I watched him do it, and he just whipped right through it.
You know, it ran into Walt Horn. It's a Cheesecake Factory in Scottsdale, and his wife, Carol, and I were there, and then ran into Walt in Disneyland when the A's were down in Anaheim.
Really?
Yeah. So what are you doing here in the happiest place on earth?
Being happy. Tough play. Throw to first, and Graveman dropped it. I think Matt Hanneman was going to be safe anyways. It's amazing when you sit up here where we do, Ray, and you can tell as soon as the ball is hit that that's going to be a little bit of a scary play.
Yeah, scary, but you know, there's nothing that could be done. Kendall reaching back, he got there, but Hanneman was too much speed, and the ball hit too slowly. But everything was done correctly by the Athletics, and dropping the ball had no effect on it. He was going to be safe anyway. But Healy cutting in front of Barreto. But any ball hit to the right side, pitcher knows, starting in spring training, PFPs, you go to first base regardless. Kendall did his job, as did Ramirez last inning.
Keep an eye on Hanneman. He's a base stealer. He had 29 stolen bases in the minor leagues this year. A decent lead at first. A 1-0 to Ben Gamble, the leadoff man. Gamble grounded out in the first inning. Gamble is 4 for 11 in this series. He had one hit on Monday. He had 3 hits last night. Runner goes. Maxwell's throw is in time. Yes. Nice smooth release by Bruce Maxwell. He didn't rush it, and he made a good throw.
That might be the best footwork and release and accuracy that you're ever going to see from a catcher. Great lead, great jump, and Bruce Maxwell had everything working perfectly, and he's got a nice run of airless games. And this is a perfect throw to second base. He had Barreto, actually Simeon, taking the throw right in front of the bag and making a quick tag. Did you know the signs of the Mariners that you knew was going to be running?
I do know that, actually. Okay. I've been stealing signs with my watch. So I figure since this is the last game that we're playing Seattle, that I can let them know that they need to change some things, because I've been all over it. Got the message down to Bruce Maxwell.
Boy, you were fast, too. I didn't even know you were doing it.
I know, Ray. That's all part of the trick. I can't tell you how I did it.
I wish you would, because I think it's impossible, as we saw in Boston.
Either that or these ball players are something, I tell you. Keeping cool on a Wednesday afternoon here at the Coliseum. This one is hit to shallow left. Davis now has to hustle in. He's got it. Side retired. So nothing for the Mariners. Bottom of the third coming up, 1-0 A's.
To play today and what he did against the White Sox in Chicago as well as here. How about July the 4th? A walk-off. Kaylee has Franklin Barreto as the pitcher who gave it up, and Franklin Barreto, his second major league home run, first walk-off, and not only one Dorado, Franklin got it as well as on Dorado. So that was a great moment, one of the many walk-offs for the Athletics this year. Franklin Barreto, first major league home run on the same day that the three rookies all hit their first major leagues against the White Sox. James Shields at the place formerly known as Comiskey.
Did we ever get the official word? Was Juan Dorado the first interpreter in the history of Major League Baseball to get pied?
I'd say yes.
Let's just say yes.
I'd say yes.
Because we don't want the truth to get in the way of a good story. So Juan Dorado, ladies and gentlemen.
But he took it so well. And you know what's great about what Juan did? He took it because a lot of times when, you know, there's a walk-off, somebody's been interviewed, they see it coming, they start running and let the poor guy take it instead of the person doing the interview. Stay there and be a part of it. Yeah. Juan did, so.
Stood strong.
Yes, he did. Congratulations. Got the pie out of his shirt, all the other stuff. Or the shaving cream, whipped cream. I hope it's whipped cream. Shaving cream burns your eyes.
The great Juan Dorado. See, there he is.
He's ready for travel.
Yeah, he knows we're traveling, so he's looking tight.
Yeah. He's everywhere.
Hit hard, left center field, a base hit. Watch Barreto. He's going to round first, and he's going to try for two. It gets kicked around, and he's going to try for three. The throw come to third, not in time.
Great call, partner, because that was an exciting moment watching Barreto out of the batter's box. He knew the ball was in the left center. He was going to go for two, and he just sprints out of the batter's box, hits the cutter into left center, and then once he got to hit him, and he did kick it around, Barreto did not break stride, so it should be a double and an E8, but he did not break stride, got to third base. And what a nice swing and hustle. As hustle all the way, and right there kept going, and then really kept going all the way to third base. And the slide did not overslide the bag, able to keep his hand on it.
So it's a double and an E8, and I think that's the right call. Yeah. First double in the career of Franklin Barreto, and with the double he ends up at third.
Just a great moment for a young man to know where he hit the ball and what he was thinking about as soon as it was hit. And Hanneman trying to hurry. He was thinking about getting him a second, but the ball rolled up, kicked it into left center field, and he retrieved it quickly enough. Otherwise, Barreto might have kept running. Barreto.
1-1 pitch to Marcus Semien, runs inside, 2-1. So 4 hits already in the game for the Athletics.
Steve Scarsone talking to Barreto about a ground ball to the pitcher, ground ball to third maybe, and now Seager moving back. So really any infield ground ball should plate Barreto.
Tinker's low, 3-1. Watch the speed of Barreto.
Well, I mean, that's right there thinking too. And then slight hesitation, and then saw the bobble. Looked up the third base coach, and Steve Scarsone telling him to slide, which he did.
Semien drives one, center field. Hanneman's back, and Hanneman grabs it. Barreto tags. He will trot home, and it's 2-0. The A's lead.
That's a Barreto run there. That's great hustle for the young man. And you know, if he had been kind of coasting, it gets to second, might not have been able to get to third, but because he was running hard to second, third base was the extra 90 feet that the A's needed. And for Marcus Semien, they hit it deep enough to center field that he could trot home. It's a great run for the Athletics. And the A's are 2 for 2 today with runners at third and less than 2 outs.
That's right, a couple of sacrifice flies. That's always good to see. So here's Matt Joyce. Just looking at these 3 innings where the A's have, well, the 2 innings, first and third, where the A's have had good at bats, and what they've also done is taken advantage of mistakes. If you think about this, Ray, Joyce's ball should have been caught in the first inning. And the Mariners, that was a mistake, and the mistake here, the error on the center field.
That's right. Yeah, the difference of second and third, nobody out, is huge, because the right hitter then is trying to get the runner to third base. There would be 1 out. But by getting to third, Barreto, all Semien had to do was hit it deep enough to center or hit a ground ball with the infield playing back. So Hanneman thrown out a second, perfect throw by Bruce Maxwell, and then kicks the ball into left center, and the A's pick up a run.
Line drive, fair. Down into the corner. Joyce rounds first. Joyce is going to go into second, and he's got a 1-out double.
Well, we always talk about perfect timing by an infielder to jump. Vogelbach looked like he got his feet caught in concrete. They had a big spill on the freeway.
Yeah, he's not going to get a lot of rebounds.
Because he just went after it, and all of a sudden it's over his head. But, you know, he just jumped about 3 inches. You hear that truck had a concrete spill a couple of lanes today. Maybe he was walking in it, because he jumped up and there was no jumping.
A little bit more of a set shooter than a jump shooter. Let's check out the vertical. The vertical is...
Well, the right foot got up.
You know, kicked those legs up a little bit. That makes it look better.
But, you know, normally the guys stop and go straight up. He got it, went for it, and
just jumped a little bit too early. We're just teasing you, big man.
Yeah, big man. You could hit.
I don't want him to get mad at us.
Well, they're leaving town. Let them go take care of Disneyland, you know, go down there. Get angry. Go to the happy place.
Pop-up foul by Lowry. 1-1 the count. Jed Lowry had a base hit in the first inning.
3 doubles in this game, and not 1 by Jed Lowry. And that's usually, you don't say that. Man who has more than anybody on the team.
This one's hit in the air to right field, and it's hit pretty well. Haniger near the wall, and Haniger up against the wall makes the catch. So Joyce tags, goes to third. Lowry just missed it.
Well, he did. And the problem with 1 out, normally you go halfway, and Matt Joyce maybe thought it was going to be caught, and if it's over his head, it's got to be a home run. But Haniger right to the wall, brought it back. That's how close it was. Actually, the wall almost stopped it.
First pitch to Davis is a little bit low. Davis with the sacrifice fly in the first picked up RBI number 108. Swing and a miss. Last year Davis had 102. It's a good note. Oakland history. Go ahead home runs. Reggie Jackson 23 in 1969. Chris Davis 20 this year. 30 go ahead RBIs for Chris Davis. So Chris Davis, we've seen him for 2 years now, and we've seen all of his home runs. It just doesn't seem like he hits a lot of meaningless home runs.
That's right.
And listen, I mean, you hit them when you hit them, right?
Yeah.
You know, but the stat right there that shows the go-ahead home runs kind of backs that up. This one is driven to center, but right at Hanneman. He's got it. Side retired. A's get another run. A little help from Barretto's speed, and Simeon with a sacrifice fly. 2-0 Athletics. Top of the fourth inning. Fun watching Franklin Barretto show off those young legs the way Ray Fosse used to circle the bases.
Yeah, right.
Kinda. How about maybe so
First year.
I was gonna say
First year.
who were your fastest players when you were with the A's? You could say obviously Herb Washington, but Herb wasn't getting on base much. Not on his own.
He never got on
base. So with one out, let's check in with Angela.
Well, there's only a few more days to vote for the 50th anniversary team for next season, and fans can select from a list of top all-time A's greats to make the team. You can go to athletics.com/50 to vote, and it will only be active until the end of the regular season. That's this Sunday, October 1st. So once the voting period ends, the ballots will be tabulated and the honorees will be announced at a later date. The Oakland Athletics 50th anniversary team will also be honored at events during the 2018 season. Guys, back up to you.
So that is going to be a fun full season celebration next year for the Athletics. And there's the top 50 Athletics of all time. Most people think who's going to be number one? Maybe Ricky. That'd be a good choice.
You got a lot of choices to pick from, and we've got 5 Hall of Famers with the numbers retired up on the board that Tommy just showed. 3 of them. There's There's two of them with Raleigh and Catfish.
Yeah, they'll be up near the top.
Catfish, a great starter, Hall of Famer. Raleigh, a closer, Hall of Famer. They're all Hall of Famers.
Nelson Cruz.
So it's fun to vote for. Look at all the great names on there. Names that you may have said, oh, that's right.
That's why I think once the A's do establish their own team Hall of Fame, the inaugural class is going to be huge if they want it to be. I mean, it could be one of the largest ever. So many great players that have come through Oakland for the last 50 years. 50th season this year, 50th anniversary next year. The man of steel, that's the man. Ricky Henderson Field, Catfish Hunter Seagate, Dennis Eckersley D-Gate. The 50th anniversary next season.
And that one is lined left field corner, and it's a home run. That was a shot. So home run number 38 for Cruz.
Normally you hit one and it hooks. That ball was hit so hard it didn't have a chance to hook.
There was no hooking going on there. Just inside the foul pole. Watch how close this comes.
The ball was elevated inside corner, and Nelson Cruz, who hit one hard to Matt Chapman, this one over Chapman's head. And I mean, as a third base umpire,
hope this lady's okay.
Oh wow.
Oh. Let's hope she's all right, man. Checking on her. And
wow.
So give Nelson Cruz 2 more RBIs. He now has 117, tops in the American League.
A's had to get 2 sac flies to score theirs, and 1 swing of the bat.
Now remember we mentioned that early on, Ray, the Graveman Cruz matchup, and boy, it's tilted heavily toward Nelson Cruz. You just don't see that very often. Chapman, if anybody can get it, he can, and he does. 2-1. So Seager heads back to the dugout 0 for 2, and that'll bring up Vogelbach. Nelson Cruz now against the A's this year. 8 home runs and 25 RBIs. And this is game number 19. Well, there's the young lady that got hit by that home run. She seems to be okay. What's the chance?
Yeah, she turned her back, and and that was not your normal fly ball. That was a line drive. That was a bullet. Wow.
No,
she's all right.
Heading up the steps. Quick 0-2 to Daniel Vogelbach.
Kendall Graveman, his last start against the Rangers, gave up a solo home run to Chu down that same line, but he was their left-handed hitter and it wasn't quite hit that hard.
Could have been a strike.
Could have.
It's Tom Woodring, home plate umpire. See if he missed it.
Yeah, there's sometimes they think automatic 3-0 and 0-2, and that's strike 3. Sometimes you just have to call it. See how many extra pitches because it wasn't called.
That one does catch the outside corner. So good pitch there by Graveman. He gets his 3rd strikeout, but the Mariners tie it. Nelson Cruz with home run number 38 on the year. It's a 2-2 game as we head to the bottom of the 4th. So we got a 2-2 game, bottom of the 4th inning.
Ryan Healy.
He's trying to salvage the final game of this series. Finish the home season on a winning note. Healy, Chapman, and Maxwell against Erasmo Ramirez. First pitch to Healy is in for a strike. A's are 14-10 in the month of September. They are 33-35 in the second half of the season. So a better second half than first half, which is a good thing, and a very good month of September. 41 home runs they've hit in the month of September, second most in the American League. One more win will clinch first winning month since April of 2016. So it's been a while.
Something to shoot for, and something to shoot for going in the offseason. Coming into the series.
Dive. Haniger off his glove. And Healy hustling to second, and he's got a double.
Well, how many times did we see it? It looks like a great play if you catch it, but if you don't, put a runner in score position. Ryan Healy, like Franklin Barreto, hustling. Good effort by Haniger. Could not hang on to it. Not only could not hang on to it, Brown caused the fumble, and the ball just kept rolling. Ryan Healy out of the box running hard. And that's what you have to do. You just assume that it's a hit and then keep going if the ball is dropped, which it was.
So double number 4 for the A's in the game, and this one puts Healy at second with nobody out. Chapman bunts and skips foul.
Too much spin on it to stay fair. Watch this ball check up and spin, see the spin, and then all of a sudden it's going to go to immediate left. Have to bunt it almost towards the pitcher for the ball to stay fair with that much spin on it. Good idea. Trying to bunt the ball to third, not only to get runner to third Healy, but maybe even get a base hit.
So 0-1 to Chapman. Off of Ramirez's glove. He picks it up, throws to first. He throws wide. Chapman safe.
Well, Vogelbach, he might not be able to jump high, but he's very agile to come off the bag to prevent the ball from going down in the corner, because that's where the ball was headed after Ramirez threw hurriedly. Good job of running by Healy to get to third. And then the quick throw to first base. Vogelbach coming off the bag. This ball, errant throw, and good hustle by Chapman. That's panic setting in for the pitcher. And if he makes a good throw, he's out. Instead, Vogelbach, a great job coming off the bag to keep the ball from going down and allowing a run to score. And maybe Chapman to third.
So first and third, nobody out. Still waiting on a ruling on that. Ramirez, you're right, he had a little more time than he thought.
Well, we've already shown a replay.
So first and third, here's Maxwell.
Mariners already have the error from last time.
Maxwell takes outside, so it's an error on the pitcher, E1. So second error in the game for the Mariners, so their defense has hurt them today.
Well, and even as you mentioned earlier, the play that was not made by Gamble in left field, that wasn't an error,
Exactly.
but put a runner in second base in scoring position and got him to third, got him in.
And now it's 3-0. Canna waits in the on-deck circle. Can't wait for 2018. All right. That's a strike, so Maxwell looked like he was taking that one. Chapman has good speed at first. Maxwell bounces one up the middle into center field, a base hit. Healy scores. Chapman digging for third. He's safe, and the A's grab the lead right back. It's 3-2.
And a great hitting by Bruce Maxwell, and Matt Chapman taking a base hit, stumbled a little bit around second base, but Ryan Healy hustled to second, and with this base hit up the middle, past Ramirez in the center field. But Chapman gets to second base and stumbles just a little bit. Hanneman thinks he has a chance to get him, but Matt with the ball up the middle, he's thinking third all the way with a nice turn, and able to get there where the A's have another first and third. Hanneman made the good throw. Maxwell not able to get to second base, so good hitting. The A's right back with the lead.
So still nobody out. Again, runners at the corners. Here's Canna. Canna reached for that one a little bit, fouls it back. Canna popped out in the second inning. So he is 0 for 7 in this series. Jammed Cannon, he fouls it down toward the end of the A's dugout. Well, the Astros are pounding the Rangers again. 11-2 in the 7th inning in Arlington. So we'll give you that final when it goes final. A very one-sided series. Canna, good take, 1-2 the count. In the National League, the Rockies are leading the Marlins 8-3 in the 4th inning. Of course, the Rockies holding on to that second wild card spot. Game and a half lead over Milwaukee. Brewers will play later this afternoon. Scarsoni picks it. So that's the National League wild card. Cardinals still in it as well, but they're 2.5 back. The Brewers are at home to play the Cincinnati Reds. Rockies will play the Dodgers this weekend in Colorado. Brewers will play the Cardinals in St. Louis. Haniger, he's got it. Chapman tagging. Here comes the throw, and it is just late. Chapman slides safely across. Another sacrifice fly for the A's, and it's 4-2.
The one thing that the A's are showing is their athleticism and the Chapman speed to get him to third base, where this little chip shot to right field really not hit that deep. Haniger with a very good arm, but Chapman's speed plus the catcher can't do anything except catch the ball in front of the plate. And that means the A's have another run, so they're 4 for 4 now with runners at third and less than 2 outs. See, when you're an athletic player, you take the extra base, you get first to third, and with the throw, the outfielder has to make sure he keeps the ball within the cutoff man, so another runner cannot advance, but Chapman's speed gets him there. Hey, the A's have scored 4 runs without a home run today.
That's nice. First 2 games they scored 4 runs all on home runs.
That's right.
So these answer right back after the Mariners tied it at 2.
Erasmo Ramirez has to be concerned because his run support is 2. So you have to figure he's done. Kendall Graveman hopes that's the case. He just want to keep adding on.
So 0-2 to Barreto, who doubled and scored in the 3rd. Reaches for that pitch, does Barreto, but stays alive.
A similar pitch that he hit his first at bat. All this one kept going away barely off the end of the bat to keep him alive.
Nobody warming up out in the Mariners bullpen. Certainly have plenty to choose from out there. They can't even all fit under the hood. He's taking up a spot.
Starting pitcher is taking a spot. Maybe it's too crowded in the dugout for Felix, so he figures he'd go down there and get some fresh air, visit with the boys.
Barreto swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. So 2 outs. 3 sacrifice flies today. Ties an A's franchise record. They've done it 39 times. Well, today, though, 3 in the first 4 innings. You don't see that very often. 1 in the first, 1 in the 3rd, 1 here in the 4th. So with 2 away, here's the top of the order, Marcus Semien. Missed a little bit outside, I guess. Marcus Semien, a ground out to short and a sacrifice fly. Two 2-0. These have scored twice here in the 4th inning. That's pitch number 23 in this inning, and now it's 3-0. So Ramirez scuffling here in the inning and not getting much help defensively. Of course, the error in this inning was his own. So Robinson Cano has a quick chat with Ramirez. And he missed outside. So that's the first walk issued by Ramirez to go along with his 1 strikeout. He's now thrown 75 pitches.
Number 802, very innovative.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He worked on that too. It's a lemonade day. So here's Matt Joyce, who has doubled twice. And he lines one right field corner fair. Bangs up against the base of the wall. Maxwell scores. Semien stops at 3rd. And have a day, Matt Joyce. 3 doubles in the first 4 innings. Give him a new career high in doubles with 33.
But he hit it too hard. Haniger played the ball perfectly off the wall, but the real problem occurred for the Athletics. Not only hit hard once again by Matt Joyce, this chance Vogelbach, he didn't have to worry about jumping for this one. But Robinson Cano gets the relay. He made a perfect throw to the plate. And that's why Steve Scarsone, unfortunately, even with 2 outs, had to hold up the runner, get into third. Marcus Simeon with good speed, but Robinson Cano, one of the best arms.
So give Matt Joyce his 67th RBI. First pitch to Lowry is a strike at the knees. Ryan Garton starts to throw. So 5 doubles on the day for the Athletics. 3 of them by Joyce.
Hitting in the front, Jed Lowry, who needs 1.
He needs 1. So 0-2 to Lowry, who has singled and hit a fly ball to right field. His fly ball to right field in the 3rd inning was right up against the wall. That's where Haniger caught it. Pitch number 80 coming up by Erasmo Ramirez. Gave up 2 hits in the first, 1 in the second, 2 more in the third, and 3 more hits here in the fourth. Lowry checks his swing on that pitch running in. Shift is on with Motter, the shortstop, playing right behind second base. Cano, shallow right field. And foul tip hung on by Marhama, and Lowry strikes out. So the A's get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and a walk. 5-2 Athletics. With that 3 spot in the 4th inning.
Best part about that is after the Nelson Cruz home run tied it, the A's came right back and Rick took the lead. That's something that the shutdown and Erasmo Ramirez, whose run support is right now at 2, and that's hit for the season. He's trying to keep it at that.
Taylor Motter to lead it off. Mahama and then Henneman to follow. Bottom 3 in the order for Seattle. That's a strike. Astros still leading the Rangers big. It's now 12-2 in the 7th inning. Mark Canha toward left center and in a little bit, and he makes the catch. Well, the Astros have not given up hope on getting the best record in the American League yet. They're just one game behind the Indians. So they have something to play for. They're beating up on the Rangers. Indians will play tonight at home against the Minnesota Twins.
Congratulations to Jose Altuve. What, 4th consecutive 200?
Yeah, he got it
hits?
today. Yeah, back in the lineup.
4 consecutive years of 200 hits. And there's a young man that no matter what he does at the beginning of the season, forget it. By the end of the season, he'll have the numbers. Special talent.
And the Astros on their way to their 98th win. And remember, the Astros, they are going to Boston for a 4-game series.
That's right.
So that certainly could be a playoff preview series. Mahama from Roseville, California, went to Long Beach State. And he's got himself a base hit. So he's probably got some friends and family here.
I just heard him.
I did too. So first big league hit for Mike Mahama. So congratulations. They'll throw it out.
Now batting, 13, Jacob Henneman.
Well, it got a pretty good pitch to hit. Sinker coming down and in, but he opened up the hips. Mahama with his first major league past Matt Chapman, another rookie.
So here's Jacob Henneman, who had a base hit in the 3rd inning.
Did he say margarine? Margarine. Looks like margarine. But you know it, man.
I could be saying it wrong.
No.
Who knows?
Dick Callahan says Mahama. You know everything. I mean, you've got it all.
The 2-0 the count to Henneman.
Kendall Graveman, a ground ball pitcher. He needs one here. Trying to get 2.
That one hit high and foul back into the seats. Yankees will play tonight at home against the Rays. The Red Sox will be at home against the Blue Jays. Bring that up because the Yankees aren't giving up on that division yet. Red Sox lead over the Yankees is down to 3.
Well, if you have a chance to win a division versus playing a 1-game wild card game play-in to get the division series.
Barreto spins, fires to second for 1, on to first, not in time. So Henneman beats the throw to first, so he's aboard on a fielder's choice.
Barreto, just a good feed to Semien. That's important to get the 1 out because Henneman's speed getting out of the way of the runner was Marcus Semien, but Henneman from the left side gets down the line very quickly.
So now to the top of the order in Gamble.
Ben Gamble.
Gamble 0 for 2. Yeah, the Red Sox 5 games left, 1 versus Toronto, and then the 4 against the Astros. That's the rest of their schedule. Yankees with 5 left, 2 versus the Rays and 3 versus the Blue Jays. Both those teams are home the rest of the season, so Red Sox would like to just put the whole division thing to bed, but they have not been able to do that. Doesn't mean they're not playing well. The Yankees just kind of hanging around. Yankees know that worst case scenario, they will host a wild card game on Tuesday. There's a strike. 0-2.
That's a great two-seamer. Of course, Kendall Graveman early in the season against Rangers in Arlington. That two-seam pitch inside. Watch his ball move right back to the inside. And you buckle the knees of a hitter. Hard to think about a right-hander doing it to a lefty, but that's what happens on that pitch.
Yeah, good pitch. Just missed. Good 0-2 pitch.
Backdoor breaking ball after the two-seamer on the inside, and just backed up a little bit. Good location on it.
That one's hit hard, and that's a base hit into right field. So Hanneman's going to get to second. He'll stop there. So 2 on and 2 out.
It's pretty good hitting by Gamble because he took the pitch inside. They tried to do the same thing, but he waited on this one. He didn't buckle. They have to miss with the backdoor curveball. Came back with a two-seam fastball, and he's waiting for it. That's where sometimes hitter goes against the scattering point. You have an idea of what you're doing in each at bat, and figure if he made a good enough pitch in there, going to go back to it. He did, and it's a solid base hit.
So here's Mitch Haniger, a strikeout and a ground out to third so far. First pitch is low. Big guy to get. Cano would be next. 2 outs.
If Cano comes up, you're really going to say it about Cruz.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to have to keep saying that. A little bit low. 2-0. Close pitch. And that's going to be a base hit to right field. Hanneman's going to be waved home. He'll score. So it's 5-3. Haniger with the big 2-out RBI hit. RBI number 47 for Mitch Haniger.
See what happens with an elevated pitch, and perfect pitch for Haniger to go to the opposite field. Big hole on the right side.
So 3 hits in the inning, 7 hits now in the game for the Mariners. So Graveman unable to have a shutdown inning. So Liam Hendricks started moving around a little bit out in the bullpen. So here's the dangerous Cano, ground out and a single. He singled in the 4th and scored on the Cruz home run. Which misses outside. 75 pitches for Graveman, 4 2/3 innings.
You start to wonder about pitches that are starting to be elevated. Pitch count really is okay, but you want to try to keep the ball down to get the ground ball outs instead of the fly balls.
.22 pitches in this inning. Cano with 94 RBIs, and he takes outside, and now it's 2-1. Daniel Coulombe gets up. And that one was a good pitch by Grayman. It was moving maybe out of the strike zone, but Cano went after it.
Watch it just keep moving. That's the key, because you're not going to do much. Cano very good opposite field. He may think about that if they stay outside with the fastball, especially one that's running away from him that much.
Gamble at second, Haniger at first. 2-2 pitch, hit hard. It kicks away from Healy to Barreto, and Barreto throws, and Grayman alertly covering, and the A's get out of it, but not before a run scores. So it's 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the fifth.
California Ford dealers, and a big play here by the Athletics defensively, because this ball off of Ryan Healy, but watch Barreto. Talk about heads up. He's there. Kendall Grayman also heads up. He gets to first base. So your typical 3-4-1 put out. And Ryan Healy having to bang off his right knee as he went down to one knee to try to field the ball, but Barreto right there, Healy out of the way. Kendall Grayman making the play, and that is a huge out, because the big man was in the on-deck circle ready to come up if it had reached.
Chris Davis goes after the first pitch. It's a towering fly ball toward left. Gamble. He's got it. He's fighting that sun. That's not an easy play.
That's an adventure.
That is an adventure.
Chris Davis just missed it a little bit towards the end.
Now batting first baseman.
So one away, and here's Healy.
Ryan Healy.
Healy a fly ball to center and a double, so he's 1 for 2 today, and he's 3 for 8 in the series. Three of Healy's 25 home runs have come against the Mariners this year. Raspal Ramirez, who had a very, very long fourth inning, trying to have a quick fifth inning.
That didn't help for one pitch out with Chris Davis. Now first pitch strike to Ryan Healy. Healy maybe he's still thinking about the ball off his right knee.
Fastball inside. Healy pops it up. Motter shading his eyes, and he's got it.
Well, you just have to use your glove, your sunglasses, everything, because when it's up there, he's got the wraparound sunglasses.
Now batting third baseman.
But the glove is so important. You put the glove up, shade your eyes to the sun until your ball comes out of the sun, and then you can take the glove down and make the play.
Yeah, the glove still may be the best way to keep the ball out of the sun. I mean, really, if you think about it, you can move your glove a little bit.
Absolutely. If you have to. But you know, the old flip down sunglasses, still every time I see this bright sun, those are the best to use. And ideally for those, you look up, you find the ball, flip the glasses down, and then use the high UV ray or the sunglasses, the UV, to be able to find the ball. Those are the wraparounds. That is not the flip down.
2-0 to Matt Chapman, who has singled and reached on an air. Three and 0.
Four pitches, 2 outs, and now 3-0 to the next hitter.
That one eased in there for a strike on the outside corner. He's with 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and then the 3 in the fourth. Hama turned around, had to find it, the catcher. So a full count.
Yeah, one of the best things with the wraparound sunglasses for catchers, because it allows them, the catcher, because of the mask so close to their face, their eyes, but with the wraparounds, they're close to your eyes as well. You know, Oakland makes one that's a very good one that goes up close, and behind the plate, you're usually squinting. If there's a pop-up, you're really in trouble without any sort of sunglasses. There's the wrap around there. See how close to the eyes, and a lot of space between the eyes and the mask. Wire part.
2 pitch is inside. Second walk for Laspo Ramirez, and we're going to get action again out in that Mariners bullpen.
Stoudemire Jr. wearing his dad's number 30. That's very special, that number with a plaque in New York. We'll wish Mel the best as his son Jr. pitching coach for Scott Service. He's had a lot of introductions this year. Hi.
That's true.
Mel Stoudemire Jr. What's your name? Where'd you come from?
What's the number? I saw it in their notes. 17 starting pitchers this year.
40 pitchers total.
17 starters, 40 total.
Rick Rose saying 40 pitchers, and can you imagine 40? I said, no, can't think about that.
Runner goes. Throw to second base. Got it. Good throw by Mahama right on the bag. Chapman thrown out, and that will do it for the A's in the 5th. We're moving to the 6th. It's the A's 5, the Mariners 3. Check back in with Angela.
So, guys, I was roaming the stands, and who did I find but none other than Dave Calville, chatting with fans. Dave, what are you doing out here?
Just meeting with fans, you know, doing some office hours and enjoying a great day of baseball.
And what are your first impressions, or what are your impressions of your first year?
It's been tremendous. You know, the fan support, the excitement of what we've done here at the Coliseum, our ballpark announcement. It's been an amazing year.
And moving forward, your off season, you're going to be pretty busy, right? So
we have a lot going on. We have a ballpark to develop. We have a lot of meetings, obviously, with the city and the community, and we're excited about getting to the next stage and moving forward with our exciting project.
how exciting is it to watch this young team grow?
Oh, it's amazing. Guys like Chapman and Olsen and the young players all playing well together. It's been an amazing September. I think it actually gets me really excited about opening day next year, March 29th here at the Coliseum.
Which is a proper opening day game.
Day game. We're going to do a day game, so it should be amazing. So.
Very cool. We're so excited to see you out here, and your enthusiasm is so infectious and energy as well. So thank you, Dave.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
Go back to office hours.
I will. That sounds great.
All right, thanks, Angela. Dave likes to sit outside. Does that quite a bit. Watches the games.
It's a great thing about being the president of a baseball team. You can say, I'm going to go out and watch a game. Just leave the office, walk down in the stands, pick any seat you want, and watch a game.
Yeah, it's about a 10-second walk.
Yeah.
I think Dave will be a busy man this offseason.
Sure. I think he's been very busy just getting to the point of announcing the new ballpark site, the Peralta site. Now the hard work begins to try to get it approved, get the shovel in the ground, and get everything moving.
Pop up. Healy hustles over but cannot quite get it.
Well, if you want to dry some clothes, here's a clothesline for you, because that ball is a bullet. Look out, lady. And she, I hope she's okay, because that was just inside the foul line. Probably did not get higher than 12, 14 feet off the ground.
30 career home runs against the Athletics, second most among active players against the Athletics. Got him swinging. 2-2 fastball. So always a big out when you get Cruz one away.
And at one time, all three guys on that list were playing together in Beltre, Cruz, and Napoli. Just kind of a swing that maybe Nelly Cruz did not know if it's going to be a strike, kind of protecting, and all of a sudden it got past him. So a big strikeout. Great time to have him come to the plate. Consider the numbers against Kendall Graveman. Come up with nobody on base.
So one away for Seager. Seager a strikeout and a foul out so far, 0 for 2. Seager was 0 for 2 with a couple of walks on Monday. Did not play last night. Missed again, 2-0. Mariners off season will be interesting. They have a few free agents with Valencia and Yonder Alonso. Of course, the big hitters are all signed long term. They do have some question marks in that starting rotation.
Well, there've been a lot of trades, a lot of acquisitions, especially on the pitching side, but they have to find somebody that you can fit into a rotation that's going to stay there.
Well, you figure Felix, obviously, Paxton, Mike Leake. So there's 3 right there. When healthy, 3 pretty good pitchers.
So Iwakuma, you get
I don't know,
Smiley.
Iwakuma. I think Iwakuma's got an option.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, 40 different pitchers.
Smiley, they hope to have him back healthy if he could come back. So the names are there. Pretty good pitchers, but you still have to be able to run them out there for 30, 35 starts. Erasmo Ramirez, a valuable guy, but also more of a swing guy, where long reliever, and when you need him to start, he can do that. Well, every team has different things to look for in the offseason. Think about what the A's will be doing. I'm sure that they're going to try to solidify their starting rotation, make some decisions. Oh, and 1 the count to Dan Vogelbach. There's a strike. So it's 0-2. Vogelbach, a fly ball and a strikeout so far. Vogelbach hits one in the air to left field. Davis going back, turns around. He's got it for the second out. Seager was all the way to second base. He has to hustle back to first.
Yeah, he actually had Brown in second and maybe thought the ball was going to get over Chris Davis's head. Plus, knowing the sun, tough, but KD played it perfectly. Kept his eye on the ball as he turned around. Got the ball back in quickly as Seager had rounded second or touched second.
So 2 away for Motter. Motter is 0 for 2. He's 1 for 10 so far in this series. Seager not a real big lead at first. He's not a big base stealer. 0-2. Raymond now at 96 pitches. Remember, this is obviously his final start of the season. Went with the fastball at 94 miles an hour, but it's outside. Graben's last start, 101 pitches, 37 balls, 60 strikes today. Graben has not lost a game since the 19th of August. It's a stretch of 6 starts. Today is the 7th start since then.
It'll be great to finish with a win going into the offseason. He does say he's healthy. That's the biggest key for him. Had the shoulder issue that put him on the DL for a couple of months. Twice, actually. The longest, the couple of months.
Chapman knocked it down. His throw across is in time. What a play. Chapman knocked it down, picked it up, and still threw out Taylor Motter. So nice play by Matt Chapman. And that ends the top of the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 5-3 A's lead. Nice play by Matt Chapman.
Amazing arm strength. This is an off-balance throw. Picks it up without any bearing really at all, except making a strong throw. Knocking down what looked like might be a double. This is the impressive part here. Just comes up and throws over the top. And Ryan Healy with a nice stretch at first base, but just amazing arm strength to be able to do that flat-footed. Which when he settles himself and makes a strong throw, it's a clothesline. Picked it up, threw it, and Kendall Graveman, a ground ball pitcher, says, I like it. That's what I like about the defense, and that is a huge play.
So bottom of the 6th inning, we got a new pitcher for the Mariners. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Ryan Garten comes in. First pitch to Maxwell is high. Garten 0-1 with a 5.79 ERA. Garten was with the Tampa Bay Rays. The Mariners got him on the 6th of August. And for Erasmo Ramirez, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. So he wasn't real sharp today, but his defense didn't help him out either. Some plays that could have been made that would have significantly changed the scoreboard today.
Right.
Two 2-1 to Maxwell. Outside corner, Maxwell has hit into a double play, and then he had an RBI single in the 4th inning. That's the inning the A's scored 3 times. Three and 2. Payoff pitch to Maxwell, swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Maxwell is the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
How about just a fastball 3-2? See if he can hit it. 93, could not make contact, and still saying we're seeing more and more pitchers doing that, because big swings usually occur. 3-2 does not always mean a fastball is going to be hit.
So 1 away for Canna. Canna had a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning, picking up his 13th RBI, and he swings and misses at a first pitch, maybe a cut fastball from Garten. Now with Boog Powell out for the rest of the year, Canna getting a chance to play quite a bit here the last couple weeks, and also getting a chance to play center field.
Well, that's something that Bob Melvin had talked about, having him in center between he and Pinder. Of course, Pinder probably out for the season. They're thinking he tried to come back, but whiplash that occurred. Haven't seen him in a while. I mean, he was really down and out after colliding the wall. As I mentioned last night, hard to believe that in September you have only 5 bench players. But 3 of those guys, they are unable to play, not on the DL, but they can't play.
So 3-1 to Mark Canna. High pop-up. Vogelbach, Mahama, pitcher, nobody. That, folks, should not happen.
Well, the catcher went after it, and if the catcher had, because the home plate umpire, Tom Woodring, pointed because of slight interference as Canna hit the ball, he started running. Watch a little contact here, there. And see the umpire point, and it's, of course, the... No, it shouldn't happen. You're right. Somebody's got to catch it.
I mean, I think the first baseman's got to catch it.
Exactly.
I mean, he's there. He's right there.
And he could just give him a forearm shiver. And
I mean, that's a play that
pushed him out of the way.
Absolutely has to be made, and not by the pitcher. This big hop for Seager. Seager's throw is a little wide, but Vogelbach stays on.
Boog Powell in Philadelphia with a line drive to center field where he was playing and went back thinking he had a chance for it, and ball over the fence as he jumped, but the fence didn't move.
Well, what's too bad about that, Ray, is, I mean, when you watch the replay, he really didn't need to jump and bang into the wall like that, because he really did not have any chance to catch it, but he's an aggressive player. First pitch to Barreto is inside. Double, run scored, and a strikeout for Franklin Barreto. But in looking at next year, I think the most interesting position for the A's, barring any big trade, is center field.
Sure, that's right.
Because I think it's a place where the A's need desperately to find somebody that's an everyday center field. We'll see if they can do that as Marhama grabs it and the side is retired. So the A's go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 6th. We're moving to the late innings. 5-3 A's lead.
Here sooner than you know it, and your chance to get close to the stars of tomorrow is here right now. Visit athletics.com/spring training for your first look at tickets for the spring, including matchup for the Cubs, the Giants, the Dodgers, and others. Visit athletics.com/spring today.
You going?
Yeah, it's a beautiful time of the year, man. It's a great time.
Thinking about going this year.
Nothing better than spring training, Arizona. It is beautiful.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Liam Hendricks comes in for Graveman. Graveman goes 6. So Hendricks appearing in his 69th game. So he'll face Mike Marhama, the catcher, who got his first big league hit, a single in the 5th inning. So 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 99 pitches for Graveman. Graveman, another solid outing, trying to get his 7th win. Ray wanted to finish that conversation we were having about the center field spot, because a name that we should mention is Fowler, the young man, Dustin Fowler, that the A's got from the Yankees in the Sonny Gray trade. And I'm not sure the A's make the trade unless they get Fowler. They wanted a center fielder who was ready to play in the big leagues, and the A's think that Fowler is that guy. So
yeah, you're right, because David Forrest, the general manager of the A's, said that he was, and if they're going to trade Sonny Gray, that they needed and wanted the center fielder. They think Fowler can be. He had the surgery, the unfortunate injury in Chicago, but he had the surgery. And to be honest, seeing him walking around, he said he's got 2 to 3 months going home, and then you start spring training, or actually go to Arizona for getting ready for the spring. He thinks he will be ready.
And he's been around.
He's been around. Yeah. So I mean, he knows. I think he said he's leaving. He's not going on the trip to Arlington, but he's been with the team, getting acclimated to his new teammates, and he'll be ready to go in the spring. And that's good news, because he was a top prospect in the Yankees.
Yeah, left-handed hitter, and he is a true center fielder. So that's a name to put near the top.
Well, and everybody's saying, well, Sonny Gray was traded. You know, the question, he's going to be a free agent after, what, 19?
I believe 19.
Yeah, and so it's a question whether he was going to be around. You have a chance to make a trade and be able to command and demand, really, some key players, because he is under control for the Yankees for the rest of this year and 2 more. But Fowler was the #1 prospect, the one they wanted to get. They got him, and he'll be ready for spring training.
1-2 to Hanneman, Jacob Hanneman, who has been on base twice. Single fielder's choice, and he has a run scored. Did he go? No.
Cap, if you think about spring training and you project, is this quick swing by Hanneman, they did bring it back enough that was not called a strike. But assuming the A's pick up the Jed Lowry option, which it's expected they will. So he's at second with Olsen, Simeon, Chapman. Pretty good infield. And then Matt Joyce has another year on his contract. KD with the 42 home runs. It's a good fastball. Unloaded the 95-mile-an-hour heater outside corner, and this time swing, complete swing with no contact. So the Dave Stewart Community Service Award winner on the mound, Liam Hendricks, gets the first 2 in the 7th inning.
And now to the top of the order, and Ben Gamel. Gamel takes a strike. Yeah, you can't forget about Chad Pinder.
Oh no, absolutely.
Where the A's will end up playing him. Could be all over the place. Who knows? Yeah. You know, it could also be a situation where the A's say, you know what? Let's put Pinder in a spot and let him play. Question is, where would that be?
But to be very honest, in the starting lineup, there should not be that many openings. If you think about it.
You have Healy.
Yeah. And then look at Blackburn on the disabled list. He'll be coming back. Andrew Triggs had his hip surgery. Question mark whether he'll be going for the rotation, the bullpen. Chris Bassett, not to forget about him. He's come back from the Tommy John. Jed Lowry, I mean, it's the option the A's have. Pick him up, and type of season he has had. And some would say it's nice to have a veteran amongst a bunch of young players. Jed fits that category. Had a great season.
$6 million option, and it's a club option, so the A's make the decision.
But that was Ryan Christensen next to him.
Yeah.
He's managed for the first year this year at AAA, and former A's players. Here is Rhino. He is, you know, and as he said yesterday, he said it's nice that the club is keeping him all the way through this season. And sometimes they'll come up as a minor league manager, spend 3 days and go home. But he has been with the club since the end of the Nashville season, and he will be with the team all the way through Texas.
Well, he's good luck. A's are having a good September. Good inning for Hendricks. 7th inning stretch. 5-3 A's lead. Deeper coverage brought to you by T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network. Dodgers rolling after a tough patch there where they lost quite a few games. They now have 101 wins. They'll have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Some injury concerns for the Red Sox. Mookie Betts, also Eduardo Nunez. They're both banged up, and they hope to get them ready for the postseason. And Albert Pujols reaches 100 RBIs for the 14th time. That matches Alex Rodriguez's Major League Baseball record. So another big season for Albert Pujols.
But for Albert Pujols, unfortunately, not doing what he wanted to do when he signed with the Angels, and that is to go to postseason.
One and one the count to Marcus Semien. And the Minnesota Twins just have to win. If they win, they are the second wild card. Twins will be in Cleveland again tonight. Or if the Angels were to lose, then the Twins would get in. So the Twins, a magic number of 1, so they're in a terrific spot.
And I didn't mean to mention.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So close. Seager slides to his right, and that's a pretty nice play by Seager. 1 out. What were you saying, Ray?
I didn't mean to jump the gun about the Angels, but considering how tough of an uphill battle it is for them.
Well, yeah,
it's like you said, if the Twins and the way they've been playing, winning 1 game is not going to be that difficult, you wouldn't think.
No, they need to win 5 in a row. Twins need to lose 5 in a row to force
a 1 game.
So I think you were safe. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
There have been 3 of them. How about 3 doubles by Matt Joyce? This is a gift. And the ball dropped by Gamble as he came in, but then a couple of bullets down the right field line. This one down into the corner that would score a run, and this one also a hard drive down in the corner. So 3 doubles 3 times for Matt Joyce today. 3 doubles. Can he do it again? As they think so much about him, they're going to bring a lefty in to face him.
So would Matt Joyce trade Jed Lowry 1 double for 2 singles?
Oh, an ongoing career high home run. Who knows? But
maybe we'll ask Matt that if the A's win this game.
You know, they're thinking about that when Jed Lowry hit the slam in Detroit. Of course, it made the score 9-8, so it'd be hard for him to miss third. But had he missed third, it reverts as a double.
we're trying everything.
Instead of the grand slam, you know.
Jed, we need to make sure Jed knows we are trying everything. Yeah. Well, we've already talked to the official score, make sure they know. Right. No, that's not true. We would never do that. It's against the rules.
But if we have to, we will.
Yes, we will. Secretly.
Well, 3 doubles today, career high. He's got career high in home runs. He's got a lot of career highs this year. And the way he started the season is questionable.
Swing and a miss. So 1-2 the count to Joyce. Joyce came into the day hitting .237. 3 for 3. He's hitting .242. The average doesn't climb quite as quickly this time of year. And a 1-2 pitch. Hard slider by Sapchinski, and that's the second out. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. All right, we got a pitch change. So Sapchinski is out. We'll be back.
NBC Sports California is brought to you by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon. By Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By AAA, get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
So bottom of the 7th, 2 out, nobody on, and the new pitcher is Dan Altavilla. So he'll face Lowry. Altavilla 1-1 with a 4.33 ERA. He has been back and forth between the big leagues and AAA 5 times this year. So I would say, you know what, that Tacoma to Seattle flight, he knows that one, but well, that really wouldn't make any sense because they're right next to each other. It is the same airport. Swing and a miss. Good fastball, 97 miles an hour. So 1-1 the count to Jed Lowry, who is 1 for 3. He's DHing today, a single, a fly ball to right, and a strikeout. A little bit low. The Rockies are pounding the Marlins. It's now 14-3. So the Marlins or the Rockies will get a win today. That'll put a lot of pressure on the Brewers to keep pace. And that run for the second wild card in the National League. Lowry had a good swing.
He's not thinking about taking. I mean, he's a double.
It's a double.
Here's a single to center field. Jed's going for 2. Why not? Get down to Arlington, it's ballpark. He'd probably be hitting home runs to right field instead of doubles there. If he hit a ball left center, it'd be an easy double for him.
3-2 pitch. Good fastball again and a swing and a miss. So Lowry strikes out for the second time, and we are moving to the 8th inning. The A's leading 5-3. the Quakes host the Chicago Fire. As the season winds down, every game is key as Chris Wondolowski and the Quakes push for an MLS playoff spot. The home of the authentic Earthquakes fan is NBC Sports California. So that's coming up this evening. New pitcher for the A's is Chris Hatcher. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. So Hatcher, 1-2, 3.81 ERA. He's done a nice job with the Athletics.
Well, I think you said it best, Cap. He's kind of fit into that 8th inning spot of the
sure getting a look
in
for
the
it.
game, and you know, for Kendall Graveman to go to 6. Liam Hendricks, an outstanding 1, 2, 3, 7th, and now Hatcher, and try to the closer. See if that's the formula today.
That one is driven toward Canna, and it's going to fall in for a hit. So Haniger is 2 for 4. He's had a good series. And here's Cano.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought this ball was going to be caught. And he started backpedaling. And maybe did not pick it up initially off the bat. But if he does keep the double play in order, and you can get the double play, that's one thing. But it's a 2-run game, time run at the plate, and you've got the tough part of the batting order.
And you're right. Starts right now with Robinson Cano. Cruz to follow. Seager after Cruz. Sometimes the game is saved in the 8th inning.
Yes, it is. Big time. Because this is the very important part of the batting order.
Cano today is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 4th inning. And that one's driven. Center field, deep, gone. This ball game is tied thanks to Robinson Cano. It had the right sound.
Yes, it did, unfortunately, and a perfect day to do it because it's going to carry anyway. 23-96 for Robbie, and see that's the difference right there. Belt high versus knee high. And for Robinson Cano, who uses the whole field as well as anybody, that's it.
Nelson Cruz.
Well, the Mariners have used the long ball in this series. They have now hit 8 home runs in the series. Trying to do my math here, Ray, but let's see. 16 out of the 18 runs scored have scored on home runs.
It's good math.
I hope it's right.
You're good. The totals are actually bad.
Totals are bad. So 1-1 the count to Cruz. Still not out of the woods with Cruz and Seager. These pitchers have allowed 207 home runs. That's a new Oakland record. So the A's have hit a lot and they've allowed a lot. Two and one now to Cruz. Astros beat the Rangers 12-2 was the final there. Verlander over Martinez. Verlander had 11 strikeouts in 6 innings to get his 15th win. So that was pretty good shellacking. Simeon has it. He'll throw to first, and Nelson Cruz is out.
Well, Kevin Kremen next door to us on the radio side, 35 years as the producer engineer for the Seattle Mariners. His announcer's retiring after 35 years. This is his last time in Oakland. So Don Free of the Kansas City Royals similarly. And Kevin will go to Anaheim for the final 3 and play a lot of golf. He has a new granddaughter.
Good for him.
Spent a lot of time with her. And so congratulations to Kevin. It's been a nice 35 years for the broadcasters on the radio side for the Mariners to have the traveling engineer producer.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's been huge.
He's a good man.
Yes, he is.
Oh, and 1 the count to Seager. Seager's 0 for 2 with a walk.
The A's ideally would like to score in the bottom of the 8th, which they have done today when the Mariners have either taken the lead or tied it. But if not, are open with about walk-offs.
Yeah, that's right.
How would that be for the final game of the homestand or the final home game of the season?
We try to set it up that way.
Yeah. I think Kendall Graveman would like to have it set up to where he gets 3 relievers coming in to get the Mariners out, get the win, and not have any drama going into the 9th inning.
1 and 2 the count to Seager.
Got one bigger hitter out in Cruz, and trying Seager and Vogelbach to finish off this inning.
Simeon to his right, throws in time, 2 away.
Yep, there's a play we talk about guys backhanding the ball with the ball off the end of the bat. Simeon knows the speed of Seager. That time was able to get in front of the ball, which is an easier play in a sense because you have your body to block it, but a good play by Marcus to get in front, catch the ball, quickly throw. You see the right hand, he still uses that flat glove that Ron Washington brought out, that flat mitt that you have to catch the ball and then put your right hand over it. He did it perfectly. And his shortstop play this year has been excellent.
First pitch strike to Vogelbach at the knees. Now Marcus is shifted to the right side of second base. Chapman playing the shortstop spot. That one is lined toward right. Joyce is right there, side retired. Robinson Cano, a 2-run homer. So we're going to the bottom of the 8th. This ball game is tied at 5. Your local Toyota dealers. 5-9-2 for the Mariners. 5-8-0 for the Athletics. Kendall Graveman went 6, but he's going to get a no decision. Home runs again for the Seattle Mariners. They've hit 2 today. They've hit 8 in this series. Cano and Cruz, the big fellas. Matt Joyce, 3 hits, 3 doubles, and the A's have 3 sacrifice flies. So we have a 5-5 game, bottom of the 8th inning. So Chris Davis to lead things off. First pitch is a strike. Altavilla got the final out of the 7th inning. He struck out Lowry, so he's back out there for the 8th. Right center, but in the ballpark. As Hanneman goes back near the warning track, he makes the catch. So that is out number 1. And with this being the final home game of the year, this is also the final game of the season for our sideline reporter, Angela Sun, who's standing by downstairs. Angela, we want to thank you for a wonderful job you did. You came into this with joining a group of people that have been working together for a long time, and that's not easy to do. And you hung in there, and we appreciate all your hard work. And thank you. You worked very hard, and we've enjoyed your stuff.
Thank you guys so much. It's been such an amazing experience, and for the opportunity, and to the family. You guys all feel like family. So everyone's been so great and welcoming, and it's just been. I'm kind of speechless, and I can't believe it's like the last hit of the season. But I hope you guys have a great road trip, and also that you enjoy the off season as well. And it was a pleasure to work with you.
Well, we hope you have a great off season. So nice job this year, and again, not easy working with a bunch of people that have known each other for 15 years, and we finish our own sentences and we finish other people's sentences. But you joined us, you hung in there with us, and again, we appreciate all your great work.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words.
And especially to go out in the hot sun like that and have the,
She
protection.
hung in there this year. There were
That's,
some hot days.
yeah,
Exactly.
Another one today. So congratulations. Nice work.
Yeah. But all of us have been doing this together for a long time. I know what you're going to say. You know what I'm going to say. Angela got dumped right in the middle of all of us, so she did good. 3-0 pitch to Healy is hit hard. Seager knocks it down, picks it up, throws across, and they just got a hustling Ryan Healy.
And he got the green light, which is good, and unfortunately for him, could not get it elevated.
Don't you open up that window.
So Healy now 1
Now
for
batting
4.
third baseman.
Tried the line a little bit. It's the
Chapman.
tie game, the bobble, but quick release, and we've seen that from Seager throughout his career. A very good third baseman.
So with 2 outs, here's Chapman. This game is tied at 5.
He could hit a home run too. We don't have to wait to the 9th. I mean, if he really wants to.
Well, we like that walk-off drama, but
Yeah.
you're right. It's just no time to be fussy. Oh, 2 to Chapman, who is singled, reached on an error, and walked. So he's been on base 3 times.
Evidently, my great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather was, and they changed it to Fosse. He was so fussy.
Oh, comedy in the afternoon.
No, it's,
I like that. Stop being fussy.
I don't know how many greats. I just started throwing greats out there because
You were going back, but I understood what you're
the
saying.
Wayback Machine.
Well, we have Fosse's posse.
Well, I heard it was voicing, and then we became very fussy and fussy and fussy, and so there's Trinan. Trinan. Good. That's Jeremy down at Phoenix, the low voice that you mentioned.
Center field. Hanneman's back. Hanneman with room. Just enough room, and he's got it. So almost a throw from Captain America, but not quite. 9th inning coming up, tied at 5.
for live A's baseball. You can stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get A's home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
So it's the ninth inning from the Coliseum.
For Seattle.
We got a pinch hitter and we got a new pitcher. So Blake Trinan is the new pitcher, and Yonder Alonso is the pinch hitter. Alonso is hitting for Motter. Yonder Alonso has been dangerous in this series. He's 4 for 7 with 2 home runs and 4 runs scored. So Trinan takes over, 4th pitcher of the game. It's been Graveman for 6. Hendricks the 7th, Hatcher the 8th, Trinan here in the 9th. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
There are times that see the numbers for Yonder Alonso. There are times that a manager will hold a certain hitter, but this is a tie game, so he's looking for the long ball, the home run. If they're down by a couple, they may hold Yonder Alonso, but now Scott Service putting him in, trying to see if he can get one against Trinan. There's Daniel Mingden last night. Yonder Alonso, who's done well against the Athletics. A fastball, they tried to get it up high. That was a 2-strike pitch, and tried to go up high out of the strike zone, but he left it in the middle of the plate. And Yonder Alonso in a hanging curve and a high fastball the first 2 games of the series.
0-2 pitch in the dirt. Alonso has faced Trinan 6 times. He's 4 for 6 with the home run. Pitch grounded up the middle. Simeon's got it, spins around, throws to first in time. Nice play by Marcus Semien.
Boy, nice and smooth play, and 360 took his time, and Yonder not especially fast, so he's able, once he caught the ball, catch, spin, take his time, throw a perfect strike to Ryan Healy, and there's a big out to start this 9th inning. The guy wore number 25 at first base, a big home run hitter as well, Mark McGuire. Marcus Semien, a perfect throw. She's doing quite consistently now.
Here's Marhama, the catcher. A little flare to right, and for Marhama, it's a thing of beauty. And he's going to try for second, and he is going to make it standing up. So the first career hit for Marhama in the 5th inning, and here in the 9th he gets his first career double.
98 on the hands, and Matt Joyce had no chance except to hustle to it, throw off balance, and get a pinch runner for him. All checked up down towards the bullpen, and so all they could do is just quickly unload, but no chance to get it.
So that's Gordon Beckham, who's going to pinch run here in the 9th.
Seattle. Now batting number 13.
So the hitter will be Jacob Hanneman. Hanneman is 1 for 3. On deck, Ben Gamel. Swing and a miss. The attendance today, 13,132. So our very fine stats man, BI, added it all up. Game by game, counted every fan. Total attendance, 1,475,721 for the A's here in 2017. That's an average of 18,447 a game.
How long did it take him to do that?
Every day. Every day BI.
3 innings.
1.475. Simmons and Diaz warming up.
Simmons started the inning warming up, and now that the Mariners have the go-ahead run at second base, Diaz got up. Just threw a ball down right field line.
1-1 the count to Hanneman. And Trinan with the glance toward second, and the ball's hit to Semien. He's going to try for third and got him. Beckham says no. Semien handled what was a tough play, and then he fired to third, and they just got Beckham, who was trying to go second to third. But let's see, they want to take a look at it, and this is a huge call.
Well, the biggest thing here, did the glove get down, the hands go around it? And he went around. He watch the right hand. He goes the right hand, he moves it up. Here comes the left, and he missed it.
The Mariners are challenging.
This will be maybe the best look to see whether he tagged him or not.
Well, the amazing thing to be able to take the right hand and avoid the tag and to go around it.
So they're going to take a look at it.
And there's no reason not to. It's a ninth inning. But the amazing thing, he made the bad move to go to third, but he made the great move to bring the right hand up.
Tagged him right there.
Yep.
But yeah, boy. That one, he did tag him. It was just a matter of, was it just a shade too late?
Well, but the right hand, we're seeing that more and more with the ability of players when they slide head first to their hands to be able to almost stop and bring the hand up.
So a huge call in this game. It'll either be a runner at first and 2 outs, or first and third and 1 out. See, watch the left hand.
And the hands up. The fingers are up because of the fingertips. It's going to take a while in New York, probably, or not. Beckham immediately said no. Manny Act, the third base coach, said no. And Ted Barrett and Angel. No, Angel's at first, so that would have been Ted Barrett at third, who made the call, and he's a crew chief.
You see, Chapman's looking at it. Well, the hitter's going to be Ben Gamel either way.
What do you think, Ted? Well, I think he got him. Okay, Ted, we'll go with you.
That would be a good thing. I don't know if that's going to happen, but maybe. Was there enough to overturn it?
Well, as the old saying goes, if it's taken this long, they're trying to determine if there is enough to overturn it. And maybe that's positive for the A's. The old rule of thumb, ball in front. Here it comes. There wasn't enough. I think to your point about the tag of the hand, was there enough to overturn it? And he said no.
Call on the field stands. The runner is out at third.
What a great play by Marcus Semien. Well, that's kind of a double whammy for Beckham, because he knows he made the mistake by running with the ball in front of him. He's already in scoring position. And number two, he thought he was in safely, and it was overturned.
So here's Gamel. Keep an eye on Hanneman, as we saw him take off earlier. He was thrown out. He is a base stealer. Outfield shifted toward left center. There's a strike.
And there's no reason not to run it, because talk about trying to throw so hard, has so much movement on his slider and his fastball, that as a catcher, it's hard for your timing. I mean, you almost have to catch the ball before you even think about throwing. Sometimes you can do both.
Nice play by Healy. May have saved the game right there. So Healy picks it, steps on the bag, and we are going to the bottom of the ninth.
Oakland Ballpark is here. You join us as we enter this exciting phase together, and in building Oakland the ballpark it deserves. The beginning of a robust community dialogue begins with you, and we encourage you to go to oaklandballpark.com to join in our journey. It's like a great place for a ballpark.
So we are headed to the bottom of the 9th inning. We're rooted in Oakland. Final home game. See if it ends in dramatic fashion.
The last base run for the A's was Chapman on the walk in the 5th inning. It was thrown out. Before that, it was Joyce with the 3rd double and an RBI. Otherwise, the bullpen has done great. Simmons won game against the Athletics. That was back on the 3rd of September. And he mopped up a game in which the Mariners won 10-2.
So he faces Maxwell, Canna, and Barreto. First pitch is a touch outside to Maxwell. Beckham stays in the game at short. Mike Zunino is now the catcher. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. 96 from Simmons. The Mariners bullpen has 3 shutout innings so far. A's trying to change that and win the game. A good breaking ball by Simmons. Maxwell behind in the count. 1 for 3 today with an RBI single. And strike 3. They said he went around, did Tom Woodring, the home plate umpire. So Woodring called it himself.
Well, it's a check swing and no help to Ted Barrett, as Woodring, like you said, did make the call.
Now batting center fielder, number 20, Mark Canna.
Very close. So here's Canna. Canna has a sacrifice fly. He's 0 for 2. First pitch is a breaking ball outside. Like to end it here. 10th inning, you got the heart of that Mariners order coming up again. Left field. Are we walking off? Yes! So Mark Canna walks off for the 2nd time in his career, and what a way to end the home part of the 2017 schedule. The A's walk off for the 11th time. 8 of those 11 have been on a walk-off home run. The 8th coming by Mark Canna. Wow.
See, they planned it. They planned it that way. Let Cruz or Cano tied, and they just planned to have another walk-off. But it was a tie, 2-run home run. But the A's, I guess it was appropriate. Open, we talked about the walk-offs, the home runs. And Mark Canna does it as just smoked it. Pitch a little bit away, but up, and Mark Canna, that's the difference of the location, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball versus trying to throw it. He felt like he'd gotten it, and he did get enough of it. And you're right, partner, a walk-off home run here in the 9th inning.
So maybe fitting. A great way to end the home season. There's Mark Canna, his 5th home run of the year, and it is a game winner. It helps the A's get their 73rd win of the year and their 46th home win of the year. So they finished the home season 46 and 35, and they do it on a walk-off.
And that means a winning month also, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
And then they're not going to lose 90. So one swing of the bat, all good things happen for the Athletics.
All right, so again, the home run, and it was the story in this series. For the A's, it's really been the story all season long, but for both teams, the home run was the story, and maybe we shouldn't be surprised that the series was won on a home run, because both teams hit a bunch of them in this series, but none bigger than that one by Mark Canha, the game winner. Mark is standing by downstairs. Mark, nice way to finish the home season on a walk-off, but it always seems you always manage to make things interesting late in the game. You've done that since you've been here today. You finished it off, but I think it says a lot about the character of this team that you do always push things into the ninth inning.
Yeah, I think we kind of never say die, and we never panic. You know, that's kind of been the feeling lately. No matter how much we're up or down, we're just we're out there competing, and there's a sense that we're going to do it every day. And I think that's what we're doing well, and that's what we need to carry into next year.
Well, interestingly enough, in our open, we talked about all the walk-offs this year, the number of walk-off home runs, and appropriately you did it. I know you didn't want to really plan it that way. You'd like to have the 2-run lead going into the ninth inning. But having said that, when you are at the plate in a tie ball game, I know you don't think about home runs. How much do you just react on a pitch that really was a little bit outside or on the outside part of the plate, but up for you?
I told myself actually to channel the last walk-off I hit in Boston and put that same swing on it. It was like a similar pitch, and I just said swing like that, and it worked out.
Beautiful.
And Mark, how much are you enjoying getting a chance to play a lot here late in the year? Because I know that helps any hitter, and it certainly shows with you. Just getting a chance to get these at-bats.
I love it. Give it to me.
Can you hear us, Mark?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, I thought they treated you fairly.
Yeah,
they didn't smash it in your face. I thought they did it. It was nice.
Very cordial there.
But you anticipated it. You knew it was coming. You said, give it to me, so you were aware of it.
Yeah.
But getting a chance to play a lot here late, I mean, I know that helps any player, and it looks like it's helping you as well.
Yeah, sure. I've been working on a lot of stuff lately. I'm trying to kind of make adjustments, and it's been an up and down, very up and down year for me. So I'm just trying to kind of finish the season on a positive note and take something with me into the off season I can work on.
Well, part of that is playing center field, which is something you've been in the corners and getting a chance. How good is it for you to be able to know that the manager feels confident enough of you to put you in center field?
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I take pride in my athleticism. I work every day out there in the outfield at all the spots, and yeah, it's nice to feel valued. It's nice to know that Bob has confidence putting me anywhere out there, and knows that I'm gonna do a good enough job.
Well, did a pretty good job today. Nice job, Mark. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, so Mark Canha helps the A's walk it off. Final home game of the year. So that wraps up a season here at home. And the A's, again, 46 and 35. And I thought they played pretty well at home. And I know playing on the road, winning more on the road is something they're going to have to do. But I thought they did a pretty good job at home this year.
You think about playing 500 on the road, having that record, it's going to get better playing at home. And remember, all these young kids are playing and getting a chance to play for the first time. But to be able to walk it off in the final home game of the season, I think this is appropriate. Kendall Graveman won opening night thanks to a home run by Chris Davis. It was a walk-off. He hit it after Kendall had left the game in a tie game. But today, the walk-off, and especially the way that Mark Canha was able to play center field and hit the home run, I've never heard of a guy thinking about what he had done before in a walk-off, and he did it this time. I mean, that's pretty special.
It is pretty special.
To be able to do that. Did you ever do that?
I never did, but I do want to say thank you to our great crew. This is our final home game, and we work in all the different ballparks, different parts of the country, and our crew is the best, and we're not just saying that. We got the guys are great. Joe McCarthy up here in the booth, BI up here in the booth, all the cameramen, all the guys down in the truck, and I want to say thank you to all the stuff they do. A lot of hard work, and they're
Joe,
good.
you can come on camera if you want to.
No, let's not ruin the end of the show. Let's not ruin the end. Let's get out clean, okay, in the final home game. We're joking. Our crew does a great job, and we very much appreciate it. So a good way to end the home season. The A's walk it off here at the Coliseum. 2 hours and 50 minutes in front of 13,132 Final score 6-5 A's over the Mariners. It's time now for A's Postgame Live. Brought to you by State Farm. Coase is standing by. Coase.
No Brody?
We're handing you a good one.
No Brody? Brody's off today?